The rain clouds gathered above the city as Sarah hurried home carrying groceries. She was excited to surprise her husband, Daniel, with his favorite meal. Little did she know that her life was about to change forever. Sarah smiling, "Daniel will be so happy. It's been a while since we've had dinner together." Sarah opens the front door. Suddenly she hears laughter coming from the bedroom. She slowly walks toward the room. Her heart begins to race. She pushes the door open. Inside, Daniel is sitting on the bed with her best friend Linda. They immediately jump apart. Sarah shocked, "Linda, Daniel, what is going on?" Daniel stammering, "Sarah, I can explain." Linda looking away, "It's not what it looks like." Sarah crying, "Then tell me what it is." Silence fills the room. Sarah realizes the truth. Her best friend and husband have betrayed her. Weeks passed after the discovery. Daniel made no effort to repair his marriage. Instead, he grew closer to Linda. One stormy night, everything reached its breaking point. Daniel angry, "I'm tired of this. Leave my house." Sarah, "Daniel, please. Think about your son." Daniel, "I said leave." Sarah, "Where will I go?" Linda, standing beside Daniel, "That's not our problem." Sarah, heartbroken, "Linda, how can you do this to me?" Linda, "I chose my happiness." Daniel grabs Sarah's small bag and throws it outside. Rain pours heavily. "Sarah, please just let us stay until morning." Daniel slams door, "Never come back." Boom! Thunder shakes the sky. Sarah stands outside in the rain holding her belly. The door closes. The lights remain on. Inside, Daniel and Linda laugh. Outside, Sarah and her baby cry. Hours passed. Sarah wandered through the rain, cold, hungry, broken. Then she heard a voice. "Michael, excuse me." Sarah looks up. "Michael, are you all right?" Sarah tears. "No." "Michael, what happened?" Sarah tells him everything. Michael listens quietly. "Michael, you can't stay outside tonight." Sarah, "I don't have anywhere to go." Michael, "You do now." Michael lived in a tiny one-room house. The roof leaked. The furniture was old. But there was kindness. Michael, "I'm sorry it's small." Sarah, "It's more than enough." Michael, "You take the bed." Sarah, "No, I can't." Michael, "You need it more." Sarah begins crying again. Sarah, "Why are you helping me?" Michael, "Because somebody should." Days later, Michael left early for work. Sarah woke up feeling pain. A sharp pain. Then another. Sarah grabbing stomach. "No, not now." She realizes she's in labor. But she waits. Hour after hour. Trying to stay strong. By evening the pain becomes unbearable. The door opens. Michael arrives. Michael, Sarah. Sarah screaming, "The baby!" Michael rushes to her. "Michael, we're going to the clinic." The local clinic was simple. Hours later, a baby's cry filled the room. "Nurse, it's a boy." Sarah bursts into tears. Michael smiles. Sarah, "He's beautiful." Michael, "You did it." Nurse, "What will his name be?" Sarah looks at her baby. Narrator, a local woman agrees to let her sell fruits around town. The profit is tiny, but it is something. Every morning, Sarah ties Ethan securely on her back. She carries a basket of oranges and bananas on her head. Then she walks for hours. Dialogue. Sarah, "Fresh oranges, sweet bananas. Some people buy, many don't. The sun is hot. Her feet ache, but she keeps walking. At night, she returns home exhausted. Michael is waiting. Michael, "How was today?" Sarah smiling. Weeks became months. Months became years. Life remained difficult. But something beautiful was growing. Trust. Friendship. Respect. Every evening, Sarah and Michael sat outside the small house sharing stories. Michael, "What did Ethan do today?" Sarah laughing. "He tried to eat a banana peel." Both laugh. Little Ethan giggles beside them. For the first time in a long time, the house feels like a home. Years of hardship brought Sarah and Michael closer. Neither planned it, neither expected it. But somewhere along the journey, friendship became love. One evening after dinner, Michael sits quietly. Nervous. Dialogue. Sarah, "Why are you acting strange?" Michael laughing nervously. "Because I need to ask you something." He takes a deep breath. Michael, Sarah, would you allow me to officially become part of your family? Sarah freezes. Tears fill her eyes. Michael, I already love Ethan like my own son. Michael, and I love you. Sarah begins crying. Happy tears. The kind she hasn't cried in years. Sarah, yes. Michael smiles. Ethan runs into the room. Ethan, did she say yes? Everyone laughs. Soon after, Sarah and Michael were married in a simple ceremony. No luxury. No expensive decorations. Just genuine love. The kind that survives storms. The kind that chooses sacrifice. The kind that builds families. And while Daniel once abandoned Sarah, Michael chose her every single day. Little did anyone know, their greatest success was still ahead. Because the struggling mechanic would soon receive an opportunity that would change everything. And years later, the man who threw his family away would find himself standing before the very people he once looked down on. Not as equals, but as employees and employers, and destiny was preparing one final surprise. 5 years later, little Ethan stood proudly in a school uniform. Sarah could hardly believe it. The tiny baby she once carried through the rain was growing up. Ethan. Mama, do I look smart? Sarah teary-eyed. You look amazing, Michael. You'll be the smartest boy in your class. Ethan hugs both of them. Sarah's eyes fill with tears. She remembers the night they slept hungry. The night she almost gave up. Now her son is going to school, a dream she once thought impossible. Years passed. Michael continued working hard at the garage. He arrived before everyone else and was always the last to leave. His honesty, skill, and dedication earned him respect from customers. One afternoon, a wealthy businessman brought a broken luxury vehicle to the garage. The other mechanics were unable to fix it. Michael stepped forward. Businessman, can you repair it? Michael, I'll do my best, sir. After hours of careful work, the engine finally roared back to life. The businessman was impressed. Businessman, young man, have you ever thought of owning your own garage? Michael laughs every day, but dreams don't pay rent. Businessman, sometimes opportunities do. The businessman hands him a business card. Businessman, come see me tomorrow. Michael stares at the card in disbelief. Little did he know, his life was about to change. That evening, Michael told Sarah everything. They sat outside their small home after Ethan had gone to sleep. Michael, what if this is real? Sarah, then you take the chance. Michael, what if I fail? Sarah, what if you succeed? Michael looks at her. For years Sarah had believed in him, even when he doubted himself. Sarah, the same man who helped a stranger in the rain can build a business. Michael smiles. For the first time, he begins to believe it too. Months later, Michael opened a small garage of his own. It wasn't much, just a rented workshop, a few tools, and a huge dream. The first weeks were difficult. Some days no customers came. Bills piled up, but Michael refused to quit. Sarah, remember when I sold fruit all day for a few coins? Michael, how could I forget? Sarah, you told me progress is progress. Michael smiles. Sarah, now I'm telling you the same thing. Slowly, customers began arriving. Then more and more. The little garage started growing. Sarah had also learned valuable lessons from years of hawking. She understood customers. She understood business. And she noticed a growing demand for affordable household products. With small savings and endless determination, she started a tiny supply business. She worked from home. At first, she sold only a few items. But customers loved her honesty and reliability. Customer Sarah, do you have more stock? Sarah, smiling, already arriving tomorrow. Soon her customer list doubled, then tripled, then multiplied again. Meanwhile, Ethan excelled in school. His teachers admired his discipline and kindness. One day he came home holding a certificate. Ethan, Mama, Dad, look. Michael immediately lifts him into the air. Michael, first place. Sarah, teary-eyed, we're so proud of you. Ethan smiles. Ethan, I want to make both of you proud one day. Sarah and Michael exchange emotional glances. To them, he already had, while Sarah and Michael were building their future. Daniel's life was falling apart. The company where he worked downsized. His salary barely covered expenses. Debt continued growing. Arguments with Linda became constant. The dream they had chased turned into a nightmare. Linda, we can't keep living like this. Daniel, you think I don't know that? Linda, you promised me a better life. Daniel, and you promised me happiness. Silence fills the room. Deep inside, both knew something. Their relationship had been built on betrayal, and betrayal rarely brings peace. Years passed. Linda desperately wanted children. But despite many attempts and medical consultations, she was unable to conceive. The news devastated her. She often sat alone staring out the window, remembering the child Sarah once carried, the child she helped push out into the rain. For the first time, guilt began to grow inside her heart. 10 years after that rainy night, everything had changed. Michael now owned several successful garages. His company employed dozens of workers. Sarah's business had expanded into a respected national company. Their beautiful home stood as proof of years of sacrifice. Every brick carried a story. Every room held memories. Not of luck, but of perseverance. The following week, Daniel arrived for his interview. His clothes were worn. His face showed years of struggle. Michael immediately recognized him. The same man from the garage years ago. The man who had often mocked him for being poor. But Michael said nothing. Daniel, I really need this job. Michael studies him quietly. Michael, can you do the work? Daniel, yes. Michael pauses, then nods. Michael, you're hired. Daniel sighs with relief, still not realizing who Michael's wife is. At the same time, Linda desperately searched for work. Bills were overwhelming. Savings were gone. One morning she saw an advertisement. A successful company was hiring administrative staff. The salary was excellent. She immediately applied. A week later she received an interview invitation. Excited and nervous, she prepared carefully. She had no idea who owned the company, and she certainly never imagined what she was about to see. One morning, a desperate woman walked into Sarah's company looking for work. She looked tired, defeated, broken. It was Linda. She had no idea who owned the company. The secretary opened the office door. Linda walked in, then froze. Linda shocked. Says Sarah? Sarah slowly looks up. Their eyes meet. The room becomes silent. Linda cannot believe what she's seeing. The friend she betrayed. The friend she helped destroy. Now sitting behind the CEO desk.